Good morning, my friends. So we're going to go ahead and get started on our math lesson. So today we're going to be learning about equal groups. And when I go ahead and mention the topic of equal groups, we're going to be talking about multiplication today. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into that, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. So one of the things that we're going to be using a lot through this lesson is going to be one sentence frame. And I'm going to go ahead and write it for you. And then we're going to go ahead and read it together. And then we'll talk about what it means. So let's go ahead and pretend this is my large whiteboard at school, but let's go ahead and read this together. So we have blank, groups of blank. Let's go ahead and read this together one more time. All together, ready, begin. Blank, groups of blank. So we're going to be using this sentence frame throughout our lesson today, so let's go ahead and pay very close attention to this because we're going to be using this quite often. So now that we went ahead and went over our sentence frame, I'm going to go ahead and show you a multiplication problem. So my multiplication problem here is 8 times 6 equals blank. Let's go ahead and say that together one more time as a class. Ready, begin. 8 times 6 equals blank. One more time. Let's do it from the beginning. Ready, begin. 8 times 6 equals blank. Perfect. So now that we went ahead and looked at our first multiplication sentence here, I'm going to show you a few more vocabulary words that we're going to be using today. So one of the vocabulary words that we are going to be using today is called our factor. Can we go ahead and say that together as a class? Ready, begin. 1, 2, 3. Factor. One more time. Let's do it again. Ready, begin. And factor. Perfect. So now that we're looking at our multiplication sentence here, we're going to see two factors here at the beginning of our multiplication sentence. So our factors are the numbers we are going to be multiplying. So we have two very special numbers here. We have an 8 and we have a 6. My 8 and my 6 are both factors. So I wrote an F under my number 8 and an F under my number 6 so that we can show that these are both factors. And I went ahead and have the vocabulary word here at the bottom. So my next vocabulary word that we will be using today is my product. Can you repeat that with me? Ready, begin. Product. One more time, let's repeat it. And product. Perfect. So my product is a number that shows what we have all together. So all together as a whole, that is my product. As you can see, we don't have a product here. That is our missing number. So we're going to be looking for this today. So I'm going to put a P under here because when we find it, it's going to be called my product. So we have an F times an F equals P. Let's say that together. Ready, begin. F times F equals P. Perfect. Now, to help us remember, let's go ahead and put your pencils and paper down. I want your hands free, please, and hands up in the air. Show me your hands. Perfect. Looks like we're all ready. So I'm going to show you just something to help us remember our vocabulary words. So we have factor times factor equals product. So let's do it. Do it with me. Ready, begin. Factor times factor equals product. Let's do it one more time as a class. Factor times factor equals product. Perfect. I love seeing your hands up in the air, so thank you for participating. So I'm going to go ahead and erase my board. And I'm going to go ahead and write our multiplication sentence one more time. So we have 8 times 6 equals blank. So now that we're going to go ahead and be using our sentence frames, we're going to have to be making equal groups with this sentence right here. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So my very first number here at the top is going to be my big circle number. What is my first number? Perfect, my big circle number. So to show that, we're going to draw a big circle around the number 8, just like so. Go ahead and do that on your paper with me. So make sure your paper looks just like mine and you're following along. As you can see, I have a big circle around the number 8. You see my multiplication symbol. here. Now we're going to look at the number 6. So we have a big circle number here. And our 6 is always going to be our little dot number. So what is it going to be? It's going to be my little dot number. Perfect. So you're going to put a little dot right here at the top of the number 6, just like this. So again, make sure that when we are writing, your paper looks just like mine. We have a big circle around the number 8, and we have a little dot on top of the number 6. So this is what it's going to look like right here. So now that we are going to start drawing our equal groups, we are always going to draw our big circle number first. Always the first number here. So if I'm looking at my big circle number, what number do I have in here? Perfect, it is an 8. So how many big circles do you think we are going to draw today? Perfect, we're going to draw 8 big circles. Make sure they are big because we're going to be drawing things in them. So go ahead and follow me. We're going to draw 8 big circles, just like this. 6, 7, 8. So you should have 8 big circles. We went ahead and took this number and just drew them here, 8 big circles. So that's step 1. Now that we went ahead and worked with the 8 already, we're going to look at my little dot number 6. So if I look at my little dot, what number are we talking about today? Great, we are talking about the number 6. So if we're talking about equal groups, that means that each of these circles have to look exactly the same. Perfect, that means they have to look exactly the same. So if I draw 6 little dots in here, how many do you think I have to draw here if they all need to be the same? Great, 6. And how many here? Perfect, 6. And how many here? Great. And last one, how many here? Great. So we're going to go ahead and draw 6 little circles in each big circle. Go ahead and draw them with me. Make sure there's 6. You're going to draw 6 in each. Almost done. So your paper should look just like mine. We should have 6 circles in each big circle. Sorry, 6 little dots in each big circle. So now that our picture is complete, we are still missing this number here. We do not know how many we have all together, but with our drawing here, it's going to help us figure that out. So let's go ahead. We're going to count together as a class, and our next step is going to be to figure out how many we have all together. So how many little circles there are here all together. So we're going to go ahead and count together as a class. You're going to go ahead and count with me. Let's count loud and proud. Ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, and 48. So, how many do we have all together? Perfect, we had 48 all together. So, what number do you think goes in my missing spot here at the top? Perfect, 48. So we're going to go ahead and look at that sentence frame one more time. We have blank groups of blank. So make sure your eyes and ears are up here at my board, please. We're looking up here at the top. So how many big circles do we have? Because that number is going to go right here in the front. I'm going to show you my big circle right here, and then my little circle here at the top, my little dot here at the top. So what number do we think goes here? How many big circles do we have up here? Perfect. We have 8 big circles. And when we're looking at my picture here, how many little dots do we have? How many do we have here? 6. And how many do we have here? 6. And how many here? And how many here? And how many here? Perfect. So we have 6 little dots in each big circle. So all together we have 8 groups of 6. And these are all my equal groups. And then let's go ahead and do this one more time. So I need all hands up, please. So we have factor times factor equals product. So we have 8 times 6 equals how many altogether? Who can tell me? 48. And we went ahead and showed our equal groups here. So you guys did very well. Thank you.